Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Houston Sharpshooters Draft the Glory franchise mode here in NHL 22. So in last episode, we assimilated the entire season, and we finished with a very good season, 52, 26, and 4. I think we might have over-assimilated, which is not good, but we made the playoffs, and we are going to be taking on the Nashville Predators in the first round of the playoffs like we've done a lot of other times. I'm really hoping that we can manage to beat this team and continue our way on to potentially getting ourselves a Stanley Cup, but who knows if that's going to happen. But like I said in the last episode, I really wanted us to either be like a full-blown playoff team that could get through multiple rounds, or a team that's way out of the playoffs, because if you're just like a tweener team, then you just get really bad draft picks. You just get like a top 6 forward, when like we would either rather take a medium elite, medium franchise player instead and miss the playoffs. So anyways, we're going to be taking on Nashville. We had some insane seasons again with this roster. So this team's, like I said, I think over-simulated a bit. Maybe it's Griffin that's just driving the offense, but you can see that Raimo Jääskeläinen had his career best season with 103 points at 37 years of age, so talk about a legend. Hopefully he can do some well stats in the playoffs as well. Burns was really good as well behind him, so that definitely helped out a little bit. And then left wing wise, Gene Thornton had his best season in a long time as well. Most goals he's ever scored, which was just shy of 50 goals with 48. We also actually got some good depth scoring from our younger guys like King, who had 50 points, Petrovicky, who picked up 33 goals and 44 points, and Cole, who picked up 41. So that's good to see the depth showing up. And then, yeah, Griffin had 109 points this year, so he beat his point total last year by 2 points, but he picked up less goals. But he's still just the most insane defenseman I've ever seen. Almost at 400 points before he's at 350 games, which is kind of nuts as well. And he's a plus 100 already in his career, too, so very good offensive driver to have on that back end. And yeah, it sucks that we won't be able to see his entire career play out in this franchise mode, but very happy to have him locked up for the rest of the series. Also, Teratukin was good at driving the offense, 74 points this year, and then some rock-solid defense from guys like Yip and whatnot, so that's pretty good. Goaltending was a lot the greatest this year. That's probably still our biggest question mark going into the playoffs, because I don't know how good Daryl Goalie's going to be, and then Vlasic's never played an NHL playoff game before, so we'll see who ends up being the better of the two. If Goalie has a rough game, I will turn to Vlasic just to see if Vlasic can be the better of the two. But yeah, just very excited to see what Griffin could do in this postseason, because last time he was in the playoffs, he was near a point per game, and that was also before he had these 100-point seasons. So there's a chance that he could have a very good breakout playoffs. 5 points in 7 games back in 38, 39. So we'll see what he could do and see if he could drive the offense like he does normally during the regular season, and hopefully get us past the Preds and hopefully whoever's next after that and beyond. But let's take a look at the Preds lines just in case you forget as well, just because I always show you guys this at the beginning of the episode, and then we'll get into game number 1. But you can see this team has very good forwards, like you're playing an 88 overall forward on the third line. So you have really good wingers. The center depth is probably a little bit of a question mark, I'd say, with this roster. Their defense is also not the greatest, but it probably simulates better than it looks. And their goaltending is pretty average, I'd say. The backup is a little bit weak, but he's the younger goalie. And they actually have some solid depth forwards as well if there is any injuries to their roster. But yeah, let's get into game number 1. Waste no time. We have home ice advantage just barely, because we just barely managed to edge them out in points, because you can see that they had 16 overtime losses, which is a lot. We only had 4 OT losses. Let's see what we could do here. We got a back-to-back situation in this already, so let's see what we could do. Game number 1 on home ice. See if we could continue this offensive season we've had, and see if Griffin could show up in the simulation here. First period, 3-1 us. Let's go. That's a great start for the offense. Pushkarov opens the scoring on goalies, so that was not the best start right there. But then Sedin's going to score after a little bit of a career low in points. Then Petrovicky scores, who, like I said, just had 33 goals this season, so it's good to see the youngster pick up his first playoff goal. And then Jääskeläinen, who had 103 points this year, picks up a goal. Not a surprise that he's showing up in the postseason. Shots are 12-12. It's a 3-1 lead for us. Second period. Oh, that is not good. Goalie's having a rough night. Boyce and Pushkarov tied the game up at 3. Shots are 25-22 in favor of us, so that was not a great second period. I need to kind of wake up a little bit in the third and see if we could get back that lead, because if not, That is not a good game to have. So let's see what happens in this third period. See if we could regain that lead. Penalty kill early in the third, and we killed off. Nicely done. Power play opportunity, and we don't convert, even though we did have a really good power play this season. And Kosker Ranta gives the Preds the lead. Pettersson makes it 5-3. That's probably game. Yep, Woodworth makes it 6-3. God damn, this team blew a 3-1 lead and loses 6-3, right? I might make some changes. I don't think I'm playing goalie next game because he just had a really rough game. Yeah, Griffin had 2 points in that first period, and then our team just gets slapped with 5 unanswered goals. Yikes. And it's mostly from like their top guns, so we need to find a way to shut them down. Thornton, Griffin with 2 points. Yep, Jaskalainen, Sedin, Burns, Petrovic, y'all with a point. Who was badly minus? It was that second pairing. Teratukin and McGrattan. Second line as well. Some bottom six kind of guys. And then Vlasic got thrown in and he made saves on every attempt. 6 saves on 6 shots. So, yep, goalie got pulled in the end of that game and he's getting yanked for game 2. Because that's not how you play when you had a 3-1 lead. Like, you don't just sit back and allow every single goal, you know. And yeah, we'll see if Vlasic could play good in the playoffs here. Because maybe he'll get us back in the series, because that is not the way we wanted to start it off with. Like I said, I don't feel safe against the Nashville Predators since they finished so close to us in the standings. I feel like we just maybe over-assimilated the season and that we're going to lose in the first round. But yeah, we'll see what Dominic Vlasic could do. As for line changes, I am going to split up the second defensive pairing. We're going to put McGrattan with Griffin and then put Sedin with Teratukin. And yeah, that's probably all the defensive changes we're going to make. In terms of the bottom 6, anybody can I call up in the AHL? Not really. I mean, I could call up DeSalvatore, but I think I might just wait on those guys. Maybe I'll change Radulov to center just for something a little bit different. Also, Petrovic, he had a lot more goals than Cole, so we'll try that as well. Just try anything we can at this stage. I know it was just 1 loss, but 1 loss could turn into 2, and then that could turn into 3, and before you know it, you're just out of the playoffs. So let's get into game number 2, see what Vlasic could do in his first ever playoff start. He was good in relief. Let's see if he could do good in this game. First period, scoreless. I'll take that. Shots 14-8, so not like an offensive first period just like we had last game, but a little bit more defensively minded, good goaltending, solid defense, solid offense as well, probably for shots for us because we outshot them quite a bit. Let's see if we can break through in the second period if possible. Second period, 1-0. Let's go, and it's Pietrangelo on the power play. Nice to see his 75 show up in the playoffs, because sometimes those guys don't really show up that often. Shots are 24-22 in favor of us, so a very close game shot-wise and goal-wise. Can we get some insurance here in the third period? Let's go, boys. Come on. Good to see our power play show up as well here. And Griffin scores. Let's go. Griffin's having a good play season so far. Thornton scores. Griffin's probably picking up a lot of points in this period as Cole makes it 4-0. Let's go. Good bounce back game from the boys. Like I said, good defensive effort as well from Vlasic so far in net. And Vlasic in his playoff debut is going to pick up the shutout. What a beast, and what a good offensive game. We outshot them 37-32, 32 saves from Vlasic in that playoff debut. And yeah, he's definitely going to get the start in Nashville as well, I'd say. Just because goalie was terrible in that first game. But Pietrangelo from King and Petain, Griffin from Afinosenkov and McGrattan, Thornton from Griffin, and Cole from Griffin and Burns. So Griffin took over in that third period with 3 points. He's been unreal so far. He gets second star. Thornton got third star, and of course Vlasic getting number 1 star. Nice. Okay, so yeah, Vlasic's definitely our playoff goalie right now. We'll play him until he ends up getting blown out, if he does get blown out at some point. But that was a good response from the guys after the 6-3 loss. And yeah, look at that, Griffin, 5 points in 2 games. Can't ask much more out of Griffin. I figured he'd be a factor in these playoffs, but hopefully he can continue doing that and get ourselves to the next round and beyond, because, like I said, we don't have a lot of time left to win a Stanley Cup. So we got to win when we have the opportunity to. Here we go. Series shifts into Nashville. Let's see what Vlasic can do on the road. See if he can continue his hot trend in this playoffs, and see if our offense can show up as well with Griffin and whatnot. Here we go. Game number 3 on the road. Let's see what happens here. Come on, boys. First period, 2-0. Let's go. That's 4 shutout periods of hockey from Vlasic. Unreal. So Burns scores on the power play. Radulov scores, so another depth scoring kind of guy. 75 overall, or 76 maybe. Shots are 13-9 in favor of us. We're up 2-0 after 1. That's a great way to start off this game. Second period, 3-3. Yikes. Oh, there it is for Vlasic. That's not good. We were up 3-0. Thornton made it 3-0, but then Pettinen, Landry, and Tom score. Shots are 21-18 in favor of us. It's a 3-3 game. A rough period from Vlasic. Hopefully he could just keep focused. I know he's the younger guy, but hopefully he could just kind of not take his foot off the gas pedal and kind of wake up a little bit. Just not like take it too personally after those 3 goals against. Let's see what happens here in the third period. See if we could regain that lead. Come on, Griffin. I know you're a third period guy since the last game, right? And Gene Thornton scores the power play goal. Let's go. Thornton's definitely having a good postseason as well. 48 goals in the regular season, and he's been scoring a couple goals in these playoffs. I'm pretty sure he's got at least 3. Let's go, Gene. Let's lock it down, guys. Lock it down. Let's go, Radulov, the empty netter. And that's his second tonight as well. And we're going to win 5-3 in Nashville. Outshot them 30-27. And it's going to be another win for Vlasic despite a little bit of a hiccup in that second period. So Burns from Sedin, Radulov from Griffin, Thornton from Jaskalainen, Thornton from Burns and Jaskalainen, and Radulov from Pietrangelo. Looks like the old veterans are getting it done on this team, and also Griffin. Nicely done. Ooh, Sedin was a -3. Yikes. And then Vlasic, not the greatest game, but it was mostly in that second period. And then, yeah, Radulov, 2 goals, gets first star. Thornton, a second star, gets second star with 2 goals as well. And Burns, the third star with a goal and assist. Not bad. Let's go, getting a win on the road, and we've won 2 games in a row. Can we do good in Nashville again? And we're going to run with Vlasic again, I think. Even though Vlasic had a rough second period, I still trust him, I feel like, over goalie. We might turn to goalie if Vlasic loses this game. But I do trust in Vlasic, I think, a little bit more. Because you look, 953 to a 793. So, yeah, goalie, you're getting to ride the bench again for this one. And we'll see if Vlasic can win his 3rd in a row. And we'll also see if these veterans like Jaskalainen and Thornton, or these younger defensemen like Griffin, continue doing what they've been doing. Because we've been pretty good offensively so far in this series. We have a total of 12 goals against, or 12 goals for in 3 games, I think. So doing what we did during the regular season. Let's see what we do here in Game 4. See if we can take a 3-1 stranglehold on the Preds. Come on, boys. First period, 2-2. Don't like the defensive play, but I like the offense. Toms opens the scoring, then Sedin and King score, and then Pettersson ties the game up at 2. So, yeah, it looks like Vlasic is having a little bit of a tough time. So, more than likely, we turn to goalie next game. But it depends, I guess, on how Vlasic will play for these next 2 periods. Shots are 10-10. It's a 2-2 game, so very tight game. Second period, still scoreless actually in that period. So it's a 2-2 game. Going into the third, shots are 20-17 in favor of us, so that's good. Can Vlasic hold them off, and can our offense find a way to get a win here in this third period? Let's see what happens. Come on, boys. Come on, Gene. You had a third period goal last game, and Pettersson scores for them. That's not good. Power play opportunity for us. We do not convert. Come on, boys. This is a very tight series as expected with the standings, and Laserte makes it 4-2. That's unfortunate. 5-2, Toms. Not good. Our offense dries up, and our defense doesn't play that great. And, yeah, 5 goals on 24 shots. Vlasic is just not a type of guy that could play 3 straight games, it looks like. So Sedin from Jacobs and Radulov, and King from Sedin. So it looks like our depth scoring is showing up as well, which is good. But definitely got to make some adjustments going into the next game. Even if we do have a tie series, which is good. Like, I'd rather take this out of than being down like 3-1, you know. Yeah, Vlasic's definitely not playing next game, which is unfortunate because his shutout in his playoff debut was pretty awesome. But he's kind of dropped the ball a little bit the last 2 games. He almost lost his last game too, so I am going to address the lines. And also Griffin was quiet actually that last game as well, so hopefully he could wake up a little bit too, even though he's over point per game. We are going to go back to goalie for sure. In terms of our lineup, Maybe we'll make some adjustments. Yeah, I think I'm going to go back to Cole on the top line. And then I'm going to go back to Sedin and Griffin. So even though Sedin's been picking up more points with Teratukin, might as well make some adjustments. And yeah, I guess we'll go with something like that maybe. Yeah, we'll go with something like that. Because I'm not moving Griffin down, because Griffin's the best player on this roster in terms of picking up offense. So, what do we want to do on those bottom 6? Maybe nothing. I could move Patan up and just play one of these other guys as a center instead. But that will make our center depth a little bit weaker. Patan's not that great actually on face-offs, so... I'll leave it the same, I think. Yeah, I'll leave it the same. I don't want to move Jääskeläinen down in the lineup either, so... Because him and Thornton have to always play together, it seems like. Okay, so goalie's getting another opportunity after a terrible Game 1. Can he give us a 3-2 series lead headed to Nashville? Please, guys. Please, let's get that offense going for us. First period? Daryl goalie is a terrible playoff goalie. Shots are 14-10 in favor of us, but Jacobson and Pushkar have made it 2-0 for Nashville after 1. We need to find a way to score and get at least back within 1 in the second period. And also goalie needs to find a way to stop a puck. Because right now he can't stop a beach ball, it seems like. Second period, 3-0 Preds. That makes it even worse. Goskaranta, shots are 25-17. Our offense cannot find a way to beat their goalie right now. And yeah, looks like they're going to take a 3-2 series lead back to their home arena, which is not good. Let's see what happens in the third period, see if we could have a historic comeback here, or are we going to Game 6 in Nashville with a chance to be eliminated in Round 1, which I kind of figured was going to potentially happen. We just can't find a way to score any goals in this game, huh? Might have to make some really crazy adjustments. And yeah, we're going to get shut out in Game 5 on home ice, which is not good. So there's been multiple shutouts in this series so far. One from us and one from them. I'd say a good defensive effort, but this team needs to find a way to get that next win, or these next 2 wins. We got to make some adjustments and find a way to win on the road, because their offense hasn't been as good in the last few games, and Griffin's been quiet these last 2 games as well. What can we do? I know I said I didn't want to separate Jääskeläinen and Thornton, but we are going to do that. We're going to do that as an actual adjustment. I am also going to move Patan up to play on the wing. And then I'm also going to move... Actually, King can take face-offs, so you know what? We're going to leave him as the face-off man on the third line. And as well, we are going to... move Pietrangelo up maybe. Move Afinosenkov down. Something different. Gonna reunite McGrattan and Griffin again. Actually, maybe Yip and Griffin. Yeah, you know what? I don't really care about that -3. I don't. Unless I want to take Dane Lowe out of the lineup. How has Dane Lowe been? Not great. Oh, there's a -5 from Sedin and Teratukin. Those old guys should be a lot better than that. Is there anybody to call up in the minors? Oh, there's Umberger. But I don't really know about Umberger. I think I'm going to call up Umberger. And then send down Lowe. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. We're going to make a random adjustment to our defensive core. Sorry, Dane Lowe. But we'll see if Umberger could get us back in this series somehow. I know we're only down by a game, but we lose this next game. That's not good. So we'll go with, McGrattan. And we'll go with Umberger, even though I think it's a minus. Yeah, it's a -5. Actually, maybe I will make a change to that. Yeah, I guess I'll just go with the -3 on the top 6. And then, yeah, goalie's been worse, so we're going to go back to Vlasic again. And I think that's all I'm going to change. Maybe actually move Jacobs up. Yeah, we'll go something like that, maybe. Yeah, we'll go something like that. Yeah, we'll try that. trying a really random adjustment. We'll go back to defense down there in the AHL and give them back Dane Lowe. Sucks to send down Dane Lowe, but let's just go best lines down there. How did that medium elite goalie grow actually in the AHL quickly before he checks 69 still? He was not that great. That's not good. Okay. Potentially the last game of this playoff round. Can we fight to see a Game 7? Got to rely on somebody, Jaskalainen. Hopefully Griffin wakes up a bit. Let's see what happens. See if we could force a Game 7 on home ice. Come on, guys. We need that offensive level we had in our first few games. Let's go. Gene Thornton, he hadn't scored in a while. Makes it 1-0. Got to count on those veterans sometimes. And Koskinen ties the game right back up. One of those type of games, huh? Penalty kill. Nicely done. And Petrovicki. Let's go, youngster. He's been pretty good in this postseason, I'd say, as well, in terms of scoring goals, at least. And then Pettersson ties it up. Of course, we're going to have another one of these offensive games. Shots are 11-11, and it's a 2-2 game. Very even series, which makes sense because of the standings. Don't really know what to make of the first period. Not good defensive effort, not good goaltending, but good offense at least to keep us in this game. So, second period, this is a crucial period. Let's see if we can take that lead back. Power play. And we do not convert. Come on, Griffin. I know you have stuff in you, man. What about Jaskalainen? I haven't seen him score in a while, and Pettinen gets the lead for the Preds. It's not good. Come on, Jaskalainen. Come on. I don't want this to be potentially the last games of your guys' career. Cano makes it 4-2, and Pettersson makes it 5-2. This series is over. Unless we have a historic comeback and win 6-5, but 5 goals on 19 shots. Our goaltending was our biggest question mark going into this playoffs, and you could see why. After a really good regular season, it looks like this team's going to be knocked out in the first round. Unless something happens crazy in this third period. But let's see what happens. Looks like the series is over, though. And hopefully it's not the last game for Jaskalainen, because or else I will be devastated. Or last game for Thornton, or Teratukin, or Burns. You never know. Like, all these guys are 30+. Let's actually just go into the last little bit of this game. Actually, no, I don't want to know if I want to. Yeah, I don't know if I want to. Actually, I think I will go into this and let you guys watch a little bit, or actually we'll commentate and watch it at the same time. Just because I want to see potentially, because if this is Jaskalainen's last game, we could at least get like a good screenshot of him playing. And you guys could actually see these jerseys in use too, which is kind of cool. Oh, sorry about that. My voice, though, is all of a sudden just like going on me. But yeah, let's watch the last of this game, even though we're going to be eliminated, which is unfortunate. Looks like we got our fourth line out there. So hopefully Jaskalainen gets some chance to play out there. But really unfortunate that we're going to lose in the first round after a strong season. Because like I said, we only have like a couple more years left of this franchise mode before this series is going to come to an end. I wish I could do longer than 25 years, but there's no way. Oh, there's a chance for somebody. I had to clear my throat again, so sorry if there was a random cut. Yeah, we're into the final minute. There's not... Yeah, Jas isn't probably going to get a shift out there. But at least we'll get to see him on the bench and whatnot. But, yeah, this might be the last you see of those guys like him, Thornton. Both of them could retire this year. I really hope they don't. But hopefully we could re-sign them on good deals, because Jaskalainen might want a lot of money after his 103 points. You never know. Let's see, are they going to get one more shift out there? Oh, Burns is... Burns is, though. Jaskalainen is on the top line. I forgot about that. So I'll at least get to see Thornton out there and Burns, but Jaskalainen is not going to get another shift. Unless for some reason we make a line change. We're going to get to see Griffin as well, which is cool, because I haven't seen him yet. Here comes Thornton over to Petrovicki, and that's stopped, of course. No late game heroics. Sucks that we're going to be packing our bags in round 1 again. I just felt like we were going to, because that season felt like way too good for us. Just based on the lack of depth overall wise we had. And yep, we're going to be packing our bags in round 1. The Preds move on. I think they won the cup a couple years ago, so good on them. I guess we'll see Jaskline in the handshake line, which it's unfortunate he's never won a Stanley Cup, because he definitely deserves one after all his playoff performances before. This playoff performance was probably his worst, I'd say, because I don't think he picked up that much points, but I could be wrong. Oh, there he is with his crazy hair. Forgot that he had like crazy hair like that. Oh, that's what Vlasic looks like, I guess. Alright, so that's the end of that game. Let's just see if it stops it. There you go. Let's go to instant replay for fun, just to take a look at those guys. Even though I know we're not at the end of this franchise mode completely, I just want to take a look at these guys just in case we do lose, like Gene Thornton retirement. So here is Thornton, just in case you guys wanted to put a name to a face. There is Griffin. Well, let's slow this a little bit back so we can see him by himself. There he is. Good little defenseman there. Definitely looks like an offensive defenseman as well. McGrattan as well, just in case you guys want to see McGrattan, even though he's not really a legend, but still. And then we also got, who else is here? Oh, there's Chad Burns. Nice. So there's Burns. He's kind of mad that we're going out early again, but he's got the A on his chest, which is nice to see, because he should deserve one. Did Thornton have an A? Yeah, Thornton has an A, which is good as well. And then we also got who on the line? Petrovicki. So this is the youngster with the rock in the stash. Pretty cool. Let me go back to Thornton for a second since he's by himself. There you go. Just in case I want to grab some screenshots when I do like a little bit of a recap. But let's take a quick look at the guys on the bench. Don't know who all of them are. There's Jaskalainen though, in case you guys wanted to put a name to the face. There is the best player in this franchise mode, number 59, Raimo Jaskalainen, rocking like the neck beard type of look. And then yeah, he's got crazy hair when he takes off that that helmet. But there's the roster. A lot of guys with some crazy good facial hair on this team. Like, we might be the best facial hair driven team on this roster in this NHL. And wow, Daryl Goalie looks like he's like 57 years old. That's pretty funny. That sucks. How is the stat line from our roster? Not really that great. Oh, that was goalie that was in net, so that actually was Vlasic, because Vlasic got yanked. Huh. That's unfortunate. Now we got to see the retirements and all that, so this episode is going to maybe be even worse at the end of this. But we also got to take a look at the player stats, of course. So, player stats for the playoffs. Let's actually just go by forwards. Thornton had 6 points in 6 games. He was really good. There's a good chance he retires this year, I'd say. Burns, 5 points. He was really good. Jaskalainen wasn't that good. 3 points in 6 games is definitely his worst playoffs. He was a -7 as well. That was his worst playoffs by a long shot. Wasn't the same type of player. It's unfortunate. Petrovicki wasn't that great. A lot of guys didn't really pick up as much points as I thought. And then we also had really bad plus minuses on some of these guys, which is uncharacteristic of some of them. And then, yeah, point-wise, Griffin had 6 points in 6 games, but he was quiet for the last 3 games. Sedin was also really good, but -6. Yeah, the plus-minus on his team, not good. And then, yeah, the goaltending was terrible. If only we could have found ourselves a good former goaltender. That's unfortunate. So there is the playoff numbers. And now we got to find out who wins the Stanley Cup and the awards and all that. So the awards is going to be fun. But when we find out retirements, that's going to be really scary, because losing Jaskalainen and Thornton in 1 year would be a slap to the face. A big slap to the face. Especially after losing in the first round. Looks like our AHL team might win a Calder Cup, though, which is good because they've won a couple of them, and they aren't going to win the Calder Cup, so they got to the finals, I think, but they don't win. And Nashville wins the Stanley Cup, so we lost to the best team in the NHL, which is unfortunate. That's, I believe, their second cup, like I said, in the last 2 years. Playoff tree-wise, it was Nashville and Detroit for the Stanley Cup. I believe Detroit won last year, so Detroit almost won back-to-back, which is interesting. So there is the playoff bracket. Nashville also went through Winnipeg and Minnesota before beating Detroit in the Cup finals. Award-wise, Nashville, yep, Nashville, yup, is going to win their second cup in a 5-year span, so it's actually been a while since they've won a cup. In terms of President's Trophy, it was the Winnipeg Jets, and it was Nashville and Detroit in the Cup Finals. So it was actually a rematch of last year. That's why I thought that. So Nashville's won to 3 Stanley Cups in the last 5 years. But it was the exact same rematch as last season, so that's very interesting. Kind of similar to Pittsburgh and Detroit from 08 and 09. So there's that. Ludman's going to win the Art Ross, not a surprise, with his 118 points. He also wins the Hart. Morgan Griffin wins his 3rd straight Norris, not a surprise. Congrats to him again. Really love this player. Really excited to see what he could do next year, considering he's just been getting better. Is he going to have a 3rd straight over 100-point season? I hope so. Griffin also wins the Bing for the 3rd straight season, so Griffin has just been insane. He's got 6 awards in his cabinet already. Couture's going to win the Calder. Pedersen wins the Conn Smythe for the Nashville Predators. That guy's really good. Vic Benson's going to win the Vezina. So our former goaltender has now won 2 Vezina trophies in back-to-back seasons, so that really sucks that we don't have him. Benson also wins the Jennings, which I believe is the 2nd or 3rd time, because it says 2nd in the last 5, but I don't know. I think he might have won 3. I could be wrong, because I think he might have won one with us. Dmitriev is going to win the Bill Masterton. Jack Adams is going to go to Brathwaite for the New Jersey Devils. And no, Raimo Jääskeläinen's Selke reigns are probably over, as Baumgartner is going to break up the streak again. Baumgartner did that before, so that's Baumgartner's 2nd, I believe, with a different team, because I think he won it last time with St. Louis, but this time he wins it with Calgary. So Jääskeläinen might have capped out at 8 Selke trophies. It depends, I guess, if he retires this year, but damn. Ludman wins the Lindsay. Kang wins the Richard. So only DeNorris and the Bing this year for our team. But yeah, Morgan Griffin, insane player. Really good season. Just sucks we couldn't get a cup as well. AHL-wise, any players in our AHL team win awards. Zigomanis won the best rookie. That's pretty good. Good sign for the future, maybe. And that's basically it. Yep, Zigomanis was just the best rookie. So that is that. Now we got to find out the retirements. I know if this episode's getting long, but here comes the sad time of the season. We're potentially going to lose some big players here, and I'm not going to be able to cope with it afterwards. Let's see. So San Jose's got 1st overall, followed by Anaheim, Los Angeles. Wow. The 3 California teams have the top 3 picks. I don't think I've ever seen that in a franchise mode, so that's kind of neat. Philadelphia and Arizona as well. So literally 4 teams, I think, in the Pacific Division. Actually, no, Arizona's now in the Central, I'm pretty sure. But 4 teams that were in the Pacific Division, all in the top 5, which is interesting. Okay, so the question is, are we going to lose anybody to retirement? And are we going to lose our captain in Raimo? We are. No. And we lose Gene at the same time. You gotta be joking me. Oh no. Yo, I should have maybe saved this for next episode, but these guys were 2nd overall picks a year apart, and they both go down in the same year. And Kyler Morales, oh my god. Oh my god. Center-wise, best was Cole Sillinger, but Raimo hangs them up after a 103-point season. I wish this guy played Del 40. We're not going to win a Stanley Cup, I can tell you that now, because there's no way we could replace guys like Jääskeläinen and Thornton. Oh. Let me just scroll through his stats, just because I know, Jeff, if you're still watching this video, you're going to keep track of my stats, and I'm not going to be able to see Jääskeläinen again. I'm glad I looked at the last end of the video, at the last end of the series, though. He had more takeaways than giveaways in the playoffs, even though he was not that good, plus-minus wise. Oh my goodness, over a point per game in the playoffs. Salute to the best player in this franchise mode, and probably of all time for me. He's still good enough to be an NHL player. I really wish he would just stick around a year longer. Maybe he could be a coach, who knows. And then, yeah, the rest of these players probably don't matter as much. But, oh, Pete Pasquale. He retires at 35 with 480 points. So, a little bit of a legend there. He played 1 year in the AHL after leaving us. And, yeah, he won an award down there, the Sullenberger. So, yeah, he was really good that year in the AHL. But yeah, he's also kind of not necessarily a channel legend per se, but he was with us since the beginning. He played his entire NHL career with us. Gonna definitely miss out on him. He also was really solid in the playoffs. Oh, he's a pretty solid playoff player for his overall. Best of luck, Pete, in retirement. Any other former players at center? Nope. Left wing wise, there is Gene Thornton. This one also hurts. Oh my goodness. 648 career goals. And over 1,300 points. Maybe these two were like the best dynamic duo I ever had. I don't even know. He used to play for Faxio in Sweden. Gotta miss this dude a lot. Playoff numbers, under point per game. Some years he didn't contribute that much, but other years he was really good at. Like the year we went to the Cup Finals, 13 goals. Where was he from again? He was from Denmark, okay. Just because I want to keep track of some of this stuff, because maybe I'll make some cool-ass graphic designs with some of these former players. I actually got to check Raimo's stats for a second again. Or Raimo. I just want to see his like attributes and all that type of random stuff. There you go. On Raimo. Let's go back to the left wingers, because Kyler Morales, we could have kept him around, but he's going to retire as an Anaheim Duck. Also from Denmark. Didn't realize that. Here's his career. He played a couple years outside of us with Pittsburgh and with Anaheim. At least we brought him back for that one last chance, you know, to reunite with the old guys. Wow. This is a really heartbreaking year for this team and this franchise. A lot of legends here. Dylan Genther doesn't matter. Any other former players on the left wing side? Nope. Right wing wise, any former players? Nope. Defensively, any former players? There's the question. Man, this is such a sad year, and I don't want to even press B because then these guys are going to be gone forever. Goalie wise, no goalies that really matter that much. But as I was saying, we go to forwards. Jaskline and Thornton and Morales, all top 5 in the retirement class. We drafted Morales with our first ever pick, 5th overall in 2021. We drafted Jaskline at 2nd overall the year afterwards. Then we drafted Thornton the year after that at number 2 as well. And all of them are retired. And yeah, this stings a lot. These guys will go down in history as probably the best dynamic duo I've ever had. And then, yeah, shout out to Kyler Morales as well. Actually, let me take a look at Kyler Morales' career stats as well, just because I don't know if Jeff wants to keep track of this. I know we're at 38 minutes. Apologize. But yeah, this team is probably not going to have a chance to win a Stanley Cup. And there's just no way. I don't think it's going to happen with that loss, those 2 losses. He actually did make the playoffs last year as well, Morales. Damn. Let's just hope Jaskalainen becomes a coach or something. Let's see, any of them going to become coaches? Nope, looks like they're not. Unless it's after this portion, I don't remember. Coaching-wise, we do not lose any coaches. And we lose a scout. And yep, nobody is becoming a coach, which means Jaskalainen and Thornton are officially gone. Final few things to wrap up this episode. All expiring contracts. You can see this is all our forwards that are up for renewal. Burns, at least we can re-sign him now. But yeah, this team has taken a massive hit. And I don't know if there's going to be a chance for us to win a cup. But I do still want to play out this series because of Griffin, I'd say. Yeah, these are all expiring ones. Let's just go main roster, see what we actually have on our roster. Defensive core is still going to probably look pretty solid. And now we have guys like King and stuff growing, which is nice, but we might be running out of time. This is the only thing. Final things, progress reports, draft class wise. Let's see what we got here. Zigomanis getting a lot of growth, natural growth. Yep, nice to see that. That's really good to see. Really good rookie season from him. Probably some statistical growth here as well. And in the system wise, Bradley's up to a 72. Interesting. Yeah, I really don't know if this team's gonna get another shot. We're gonna have to probably miss the playoffs for a few seasons. Final thing is draft class. So we don't really know a whole lot about it, but there's a couple gems in the top 5. Not that we're gonna be drafting in top 5, but we don't really know much about this draft class either. So a lot of shots in the dark and a lot of heartbreak at the end of this episode. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Houston Sharpshooters Draft Glory franchise mode. So in next episode, we'll take it to the off season, and we'll see what this team is made of for next season. I have no idea what's in store. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys next time.